रस स्वरूप श्री भागवत ताते वेद शास्त्र होते परम महत्व. Srimad Bhagavata is Krishna Bhakti Rasa, is the mellow of Krishna Bhakti, the essence of all Vedas, Upanishads. It's commentary, natural commentary on Brahma Sutra. In Brahma Sutra, the Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra is compiled by Srila Vyasdev, and Vyasdev himself gave the commentary. Jasyang Vaishryamanayang Krishni Paramapurushi Bhakti Rutpade Punsa Sokamoho Bhayapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from right source, one can very easily develop Krishna Bhakti, as a result of which the material fear, lamentation and delusion will be completely destroyed. Srimad Bhagavati Mahamuni Krute Kimba Preriswara Sadhya Hrudya Varudya Teatra Krutivi Sususruvi Tatkranat Dharma Prajita Kaitavatra Parama Nirmasran Sadam Vidyam Vastumatra Vastu Sipadam Tapatriyan Mulanam. Srimad Bhagavata speaks about Bhagavad Dharma is not Prajita, it is not Prajita Kaitava Dharma. It's not Kaitava Dharma. Cheating Dharma is not cheating Dharma. Kaitava means cheating. Kaitava Chatushtaya. There are 4 types of cheating Dharma. You understand? Divyanga Prabhu. Huh? What is that? 4 types of cheating Dharma are there. Kaitava Chatushtaya, we say. But this is not Kaitava Dharma, Bhagavata Dharma, Dharma Tattva, spoken in Bhagavata, is not that Dharma. But 4 types of Kaitava. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. There are 4 types of Kaitava. Kaitava Chatushtaya. But it speaks of pure Krishna Prema Dharma. Prema Apamartha. Who can understand? Paramo Nirmasram Satam Vidyam. Those who are non-envious devotees. Nirmatsara, not envious at all. They can understand this Dharma Tattva. Parama Nirmasram Satam Vidyam. Vastu Matra Vastu Sipadam Tapatrayan Mulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamani Krute Kimba Pariswara Sadhya Hrudya Varudhyo Teatra Krutivi Susrusubhi Tatkana. This hearing of Srimad Bhagavata is so effective. If you hear from the right source, so effective that very easily develop Krishna Bhakti. Not only that, Sadhya Hrudya Varudhya Teatra Krutivi Susrusubhi Tatkana. If someone develops desire, I must go and hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Just by development of desire, the Supreme Lord who is there in our heart becomes immediately awakened. Immediately awakened. Such, by development of such desire. Sadhya Hrudya Varudhya Teatra Krutivi Sususubhi Tatkana. When you hear from the right source, you can very easily develop Prem Bhakti. As a result, that Supreme Lord who is there in your heart becomes bound up. Susrusubhi Hrudya Varudhya. This is the effect of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam Arthayam Brahma Sutranam Bharatartho Vininayo Gayatri Bhasya Rupaso Vedartho Parivinita. This is the natural commentary on Brahma Sutra. Number 1, this is Bharatartho Vininayo. The purpose of Mahabharata is given here. Number 3 is Gayatri Bhasya, commentary on Gayatri Mantra. Number 4, Vedartha Vistara. All Vedic teachings are here. These 4 things are here in Srimad Bhagavatam. And you'll find Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the Gayatri Artha. Gayatri ro arthe grantho arambhano Gayatri ro arthe grantho arambhano Satyam parang samandho Dhimahi prayojano Satyam parang samandho dhimahi Sadhane prayojano. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, isn't it, Maharaj? Chaitanya Charitamrita says this thing. Gayatri Arthai Grantha Arambhanam. This Grantha, Bhagavad Mahaprana, begins with the Gayatri Artha. Satyam param dhimahi is Gayatri mantra. Satyam param dhimahi sadhana prayojana. It begins with that. So it's the Gayatri Bhashya. It's everything, essence of all Vedic literature. Bhagavato tulasi gangaya bhakta jani chaturdha vigraha krishna ichari sani. Bhagavato, Tulasi, Ganga and Bhakta Bhagavato, four manifestation of Krishna in this material world. Bhagavato Shastra se Bhaktir Tattva koi. Tei Bhagavato sama kon Shastra noi. Prem Bhakti Tattva is said here in Bhagavata. Therefore, no scripture is as good as Srimad Bhagavatam. No scripture is as good as Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj says, if all the books from the library of the world will be destroyed, there will be no harm. Only if only Bhagavata is there, Srimad Bhagavata is there will be no harm. It contains everything. Premamaya Bhagavato Krishnera Sriyango Tahate Koheno Jato Gopyo Krishna Ranga. This is non-different from Krishna. It is the body of Krishna. Krishnera Sriyanga is Premamaya. Krishna is Premamaya, so it is Ananda. Anandamaya, Premamaya. So Bhagavata is also Premamaya. Tahate koheno jato gopyo Krishna ranga. All confidential pastimes, nectarian pastimes are said here, described here in Srimad Bhagavatam. दुई स्थाने भागवतर नाम सुना जाए, एको ग्रंथ भागवत और एको भक्त भागवत. In two places we hear the name of Bhagavata. One is Grantha Bhagavata, book Bhagavata, Grantha, and another Bhakta Bhagavata, devotee Bhagavata. Dui Bhagavata dwara diya bhakti rasa eko tahar hruday tar preme hoy basa. Dui Bhagavata dwara diya bhakti rasa tahar hruday tar preme hoy basa. Through these two Bhagavatas, Grantha Bhagavata and Bhakta Bhagavata, Krishna gives bhakti rasa, mellow bhakti. With that, that's prema bhakti, and that with that prema bhakti, it becomes bound up. You understand? This is the hearing, this is the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavata jena mani se javana sama, tar shastra che janme janme prabhu java. And who doesn't accept Bhagavata is mlecho and javan, life after life, he'll be punished by Jamaraj. So, Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya, daily activity. One should go and approach Bhakta Bhagavata and hear and study Bhagavata from him. This should be done thereby. Thanistita Srutigatam Tanubang Manobhir Jo Prayaso Ajito Jito Opyasista Trilokyam. In whatever position one may be, no need of changing position. Only one thing he should do every day. He should go and approach a Bhakta Bhagavata and hear and study Bhagavata from him. Thereby he will develop such prema bhakti, sudha bhakti, pure bhakti. Thereby he will be able to conquer the unconquerable, Ajita Jita. Ajita, Krishna is unconquerable in three worlds. And thereby you can conquer him. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, you will develop such Krishna bhakti in right source. That is what is the effect of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is all glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Before study, speaking on Bhagavatam, we glorify Bhagavatam as we glorify the Supreme Lord, because it's not different from Supreme Lord Krishna. Please come to the text now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 9, text 44. Rayana Deva Munayo So Vimukti Kama Maunam Saranti Vijanena Pararthanistha Naitan Vyaya Kripanan Vimumukhya Eko Nanyam Tadasya Saranam Brahmatonupasye prayana deva munaya svabhimukti kama maunam saranti vijanena prarthanistha naitan vyahaya kripanam vimukhyayeko nanyam tadasya saranam brahmato anupasye. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. My dear Lord Nrsimhadev, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance. Not caring for the big cities and towns, they go to the Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence, Mauna Brata. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. This is the decision of the Vaishnava, the pure devotee of the Lord. For himself, he has no problems. Even if he has to stay in this material world, because his only business is to remain in Krishna consciousness. The Krishna conscious person can go even to hell and still be happy. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj said, Naibod Vijay Para Durastaya Vaitaranya. Oh, best of the great personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence. The pure devotee is never unhappy in any condition of life. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 6, 1728. Narayana parasarve na kutasthana bibhyati surgapavarga narakesu api tulyarthadarshina. Devotees solely engaged in devotional service of Supreme Personality God and Narayana never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planet, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. For a devotee, being situated in the heavenly planets and being in the hellish planets are equal. For a devotee lives neither in heaven nor in the hell, but with Krishna in the spiritual world. The secret of success for the devotee is not understood by the karmis and jnanis. Karmis therefore try to be happy by material adjustment. Jnanis want to be happy by becoming one with the Supreme. The devotee has no such interest. He is not interested in so-called meditation in Himalaya or the forest. Rather, his interest is in the busiest part of the world where he teaches people Krishna consciousness. The Krishna consciousness movement was started for this purpose. We do not teach one to meditate in a secluded place just so that one may show that he has become very much advanced and may be proud of his so-called transcendental meditation, although he engages in all sorts of foolish materialistic activity. A Vaishnava like Prahlad Maharaj is not interested in such a bluff of spiritual advancement. Rather, he is interested in enlightening people in Krishna consciousness because that is the only way for them to become happy. Prahlad Maharaj says clearly, Nanyam todasya saranam brahmato anupasye. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. One wanders within the universe, life after life, but by the grace of a devotee, a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can get the clue to Krishna consciousness and then not only become happy in this world, but also return home back to Godhead. That is the real target in life. The members of the Krishna conscious movement are not at all interested in so-called meditation in the Himalayas or the forest, where one will only make a show of meditation, nor are they interested in opening many schools for yoga and meditation in the cities. Rather, every member of Krishna conscious movement is interested in going to door to try to convince people about teachings of Bhagavad Gita as it is, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That is the purpose of the Hare Krishna movement. The members of the Krishna conscious movement must be fully convinced that without Krishna, one cannot be happy. Thus, the Krishna conscious person avoids all kinds of pseudo-spiritualists, transcendentalists, meditators, monists, philosophers, and philanthropists. That is real good welfare activity. That is to be understood. What is the real welfare activity? Huh? Whose heart really bleeds for this suffering soul, suffering living entities, whose heart really bleeds. The real welfare activity. Huh? Jive daya, name ruchi, Vaishnava achar. Isn't it? Jive daya, name ruchi, Vaishnava achar. This is Vaishnava behavior, Vaishnava achar. Jive daya, name ruchi. To show mercy, but to be merciful to all the living entities. And name ruchi, develop taste, chanting this name, holy name, Hare Krishna. You understand? Develop taste for it. This is Vaishnava achar. This jive daya is the most important thing. What is that? It has very, very deep purport in it. Isn't it, Maharaj? Very, very deep purport. We find also many people are interested. Many people say, yes, we are interested in showing mercy to others, to all living entities. But they are killing the innocent animals, eating their flesh. Do you understand? Some say, no, like this Christians say, is it? Jesus Christ says, thou shalt not kill. But then, no. The soul is not there in other living entities, only in the human being. We will not kill the human being. So some say, Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. Serve the human beings, then that is the service to the God. As if service to the all living entities, other living entities is not service to the God. There is no God, no soul. So many misunderstandings are there. They cannot understand this tattva. What is that? Daya, jive daya. It has very deep purport. We find that 3 types of daya. Isn't it? Sarvabhute daya. Isn't Maharaj? Sarvabhute. That means Bhuta means all living entities. So mercy to all living entities. That we see 3 types. What are the 3 types? Some persons are there, some organizations are also there who feed the poor, who feed the hungry. Isn't it? Bubukhi ko annadan. Isn't it? Feeding the hungry people. Do you understand? When there is scarcity of food, so supply food to them. Feed them. They do that. Welfare activity. And they say also, we show mercy. This is also one type of showing mercy. Isn't it? But what sort of mercy it is? They're feeding the hungry people. Thereby, they are showing mercy to this body. Isn't it? Isn't it? Do you understand? Divyangvadas. Showing mercy to the body. If you give some food, a hungry person is not getting food, so you give him food. All right, that's showing to the mercy to the body. The mercy is related to the body. Because as long as the body is there, you may feed him. But when this body is finished, he may not get another human body when you will get the body of a cat or dog. Do you understand? Then, what is that? Again suffers. Again that hunger is there. Hunger is not satisfied. It's not God. Do you understand? So this is one sort of welfare activity, but this is related to the body. They are feeding the hungry. Some are there. They are giving medicine to the diseased persons, opening hospitals, charitable hospitals. Do you understand? Free of cost. They will carry on treatment of the patients. Isn't it? Like Mother Teresa. See what she did, she does. She put bandage on the, what is this? But limb, you see, affected with leprosy. And she got Nobel Award for Peace. Shanti Purushkar. Do you understand? Such great, beneficial, benevolent activities they did. But what sort of? Also, that's one sort of showing mercy. But that mercy is only related to the body, nothing else. One who is thirsty, so give him some cold drink. That's one sort of mercy. One who is suffering from cold, very poor man, give him some money or give him some blankets during winter time, is suffering out of winter, cold. That's also mercy, isn't it? But all this, what type of mercy? Mercy related to body. And another second type of mercy is some give education, open schools, colleges, educational institution, and allow the poor people to study there free of cost. Do you understand? They won't pay any fee. This is one sort of welfare activity. And what sort of welfare activity, what sort of mercy it is? It's relating to the mind, isn't it, Maharaj? This one is relating to the body, this one is relating to the mind. Do you understand? But the mercy, Vaishnava shows that is related to the soul. Do you understand? The soul is the most important thing. Atma sambandhi daya. Do you understand? The soul is suffering out of ignorance. Do you understand? Out of ignorance is suffering. Life after life he has been suffering. That Vaishnava comes, he imparts this tattva jnana. Imparts this tattva jnana. That is the highest type of mercy. Thereby he can understand who is he, what is real identity. The sadhu does, Vaishnava does that thing. That is tattva jnana pradhan, imparting tattva jnana. Thereby he can understand, I am Krishna Das. I am Krishna Das. I am the servant of Krishna. That is my real identity. Nija tattva jani ar sansara na chai. Kenava bhojinu maya kore hai hai. Then he will say, alas, I am Krishna Das. But what I have been doing, life after life, for many lives, I have been serving Maya, not serving Krishna. Keneva bhojilu maya kore hai hai. Alas, alas, what I am doing? I am serving Maya. I am not serving Krishna. Sadhu imparts us tattva jnana. That is real daya. It's related to the soul. Therefore, those who are pure devotees, like this Prahlad Maharaj, they are not selfish. As Prahlad Maharaj says, as for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone. I don't want. Leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals, I won't live. When Nrsimhadev offered him liberation, he said, no, I don't want liberation. All these poor fools, rascals have been suffering life after life. This is real paropakar, real daya, showing mercy. Who thinks for others, all living entities, he is real Vaishnava, sadhu. Unless all these living entities are delivered, I won't leave this world. In Chaitanya Leela also you will find Vasudeva Datta said that thing. Vasudeva Datta. He asked, prayed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please, you are Patito Pavano. You are wonderfully merciful. Please deliver all these living entities here in this material universe. Those who have been suffering lakhs and lakhs of lives. Then he says, if you say, oh, they cannot be delivered, they have committed so many sinful activities. All right, please, let me have all their sinful reactions myself and suffer here crores of lives. I will stay here and suffer here for themselves. For those sinful persons, if you say they cannot be delivered because they have committed so many sinful activities, let me have that. All their sinful reactions suffer here. What sort of heart it is? Huh? Whose heart? Who wants to take this sinful reaction of others and suffer? Huh? Do you? Can you? Can you take this sinful reaction of his sinful reaction or his sinful suffer? All are selfish. No, I'll be delivered. Why will suffer for him? There. Huh? Isn't Maharaj? But Prahlad Maharaj says like that. Vasudev Datta said like that. Then Mahaprabhu says, you are Prahlad. He's Prahlad. Prahlad said like that and you said like that. It's Vaishnava. It's a Vaishnava. That is Vaishnava's heart. Vaishnava's heart. His heart really bleeds. His heart really bleeds. Seeing this suffering soul. He is real Vaishnava. Vaishnava paradukhe dukhi. Who is really Vaishnava sadhu? His heart bleeds. He becomes so much aggrieved, so much distressed, seeing the suffering of a living entity here. Mahad vichalanang nunang gruhinang dina chetasang nisraya saya bhagavan nanyatha kalpate kochit. 10th canto. Isn't Maharaj? 10th canto Bhagavan. I have said 10.8.4. 10.8.4. This verse you will see. Mahad vichalanang nunang gruhinang dina chetasang nisraya saya bhagavan nanyatha kalpate kochit. Such Vaishnavas, pure devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, Vasudeva Datta, do you understand? They go door to door, as here says here. Prabhupada Maharaj said here. They go door to door. The members of Krishna conscious movement are not at all interested in so-called meditation in Himalayas or the forest, where one will only make a soap meditation. Nor they are interested in opening many schools for yoga meditation cities. Rather, every member of the Krishna conscious movement is interested in going to door to try to convince people about the teachings of Bhagavad Gita as it is, teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Go door to door. Do you understand? Hardas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu are doing like that. Do you understand? When Mahaprabhu allowed them, go door to door. Teach these things. Tell them this thing. Bola Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Kara Krishna Sikkha, Bhai Magi Ei Bhikya. They are going door to door. Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur in Bengal. Knocking at the door. Every door stay there, going and knocking. When the housemaster comes out, Nityananda Prabhu says, Haridas Thakur says, Bola Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Kara Krishna Sikkha, Bhai Magi Ei Bhikya. Do you understand? I have come here to beg alms from you. What sort of alms? Please give me alms. What alms? Bola Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Kara Krishna Sikkha. This is the alms I want. Chant the name of Krishna, think of Krishna, sing Krishna. And it should not, but Krishna's teaching, this Bhagavad Gita teach and the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? They speak about. This week I want. If some householder, housemaster doesn't listen to it, do you understand? Shuts the door. The Nityananda Prabhu was crying and rolling on the ground. Do you understand? Crying and rolling on the ground. Do you understand? You see, this is Vaishnava. Heart bleeds. That's it. Mahad vichalanam nirang ruhinang dina chetasang nisre saya bhagavan nanyatha kalpate kochit. Such Vaishnava sadhus, they go to the doorstep of the householders, those who are too much attached to their family affairs. No. home and hearth. What do you say? Home and hearth. Home and hearth. So much attached. They go to their doorstep and to inculcate this Krishna consciousness unto them, not for begging bread. Roti dao, roti dao. I am hungry person. No. They are not beggars. They are not hungry person. They are not beggars. They are not going there begging bread. You understand? The heart bleeds. Such a person, दुर्लभ मानव जन्म लभिया संसारे कृष्ण न भजिनु दुख कहिबु कहारे. Oh, the Divyanga Das, he has gotten this rarely achieved human birth, not doing Krishna bhajan. Such a distressed person, thinking himself, I am happy, living as if in a fool's paradise. Fool's paradise is in fool's paradise. But sadhu is such a distressed person, a really distressed person. He is not doing Hari bhajan, Krishna bhajan. So he goes there to speak about Krishna consciousness, inculcate this Krishna consciousness unto him, not for any other. That is real upakar, parapakar, jive daya. Isn't it, Maharaj? Real jive daya. They don't never go for any other purpose. This is real sadhu. Mahanta swabhav tarite pamor. Nijo karjo nahi, tabu jaun tar ghar. This is the nature of Mahatma. This is nature of sadhu. He comes here, comes down to this material world, wanders here, goes to door to deliver this pamaras. To deliver this pamaras. Do you understand pamara? Patita pamara, most degraded, most sinful persons. Those who are completely forgetful of Krishna. Those are engaged in their sense gratification. Do you understand? They go to their doorsteps to deliver them. To speak about Krishna, to inculcate Krishna consciousness unto them. That is real good, real welfare activity. Daya. Janasya Krishnad vimukhasya daiva dharma shirasya sudukhitasya anugrahaya charanti nunam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. Isn't it, Maharaj? Third canto, 3:5:3. You'll see. Janasya Krishnad vimukhasya daiva dharma shirasya sudukhitasya anugrahaya charanti nunam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. The dear devotees of Lord Janardana, Lord Krishna, anugrahaya charanti, out of mercy they come down here to this material world and wander here. They are wandering here throughout the world. For what purpose? Janasya Krishna vimukhasya daiva dharma shirasya sudukhitasya. To deliver these suffering living entities who have been suffering lakhs and lakhs of lives because of forgetting Krishna. Do you understand? They come down here, such Vaishnava sadhus, those who are very dear, intimate associates of Lord Janardana and Krishna, and wander here. Do you understand? This is Dhartaya. This is Vaishnava, this is sadhu. And they are not interested at all with this material world. Do you understand? They are really vairagis, really renunciates. Do you understand? Vairagi? Those who develop detachment to this material world and completely attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. But this vairagya, the question of this vairagya, this detachment is a very important thing, and it has very deep purport. And many people cannot understand it. They have misunderstanding on it. Misunderstanding on it. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this is very elaborately described. This purport is there. One should understand it. In Bhagavatam also you'll find Sarve Vedasya Jagyasya Tapodanani Chanaga Jiva Bhayapradanasya Na Kurviram Kalamapi. Do you understand? Divyanga Prabhu. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 3:7 41 verse. You see, Sarve Vedasya Jagnasya Tapodanani Chanagha Jivabhaya Pranasya Na Kurviran Kalanapi. Maitra Muni says to Vidura, oh sinless, oh dear Vidura, huh? The sadhus, Vaishnavas, they come here, then impart Tattva Gyan. Do you understand? They impart Tattva Gyan. Sishyateham sadhimam tvam prapannam. Sadhi means, please impart Tattva Gyan to me. That is sadhi, the meaning of sadhi, isn't Maharaj? Bhagavad Gita. They impart Tattva Gyan. They give Tattva Upadesh. This is their daya. Thereby, if someone is fortunate, gets the mercy of such a sadhu, and understands this tattva, Isha tattva, Jiva tattva, Shakti tattva, three tattva, then his life becomes successful. So he'll take shelter of Krishna. I am Krishna Das, I am eternal servant of Krishna. Sarvadharmana paritejya mamekam saranam braja. That is Krishna's last conclusive instruction, most confidential instruction. Take shelter of my lotus feet, giving up all varieties of religion. Just take shelter of my lotus feet. Saranagati. You understand? One who understands this tattva, immediately surrenders. Nija tattva janiyar sansara na chai. Kenava hojilu maya kore hai hai. When he associates with sadhu or sadhus and understands this tattva, I am the servant of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna, then he says, alas, 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 what I have done. I have not served Krishna. I have not taken shelter of Krishna. I have served so many lives, Maya. Kende bole, oh he Krishna, ami to bodas, tomar charana chhadi hoinu sarvana. Then he'll cry. He'll cry. He'll dash his head. Oh Krishna, I am your das. I am your servant. But I am completely doomed without taking shelter at your lotus feet and serving your lotus feet. He cry and say like that. It is the result of association with sadhu. When he hears from sadhu, the sadhu imparts the tattva gyan. That is sadhu's mercy. That this verse says. Sarve vedasya jagnasya tapadanani chanagha jiva bhaya pradhanasya na kurvinan kalan api. The sadhu's imparting tattva gyan is his daya. And this, all the Vedas, all yajnas, all sorts of charities are going to forest, developing, what says, detachment, vairagya, to this material world, going to forest for tapasya. All these things cannot be compared to such daya. That daya, but the imparting this tattva gyan to others cannot be compared to it. This verse says. You understand my language is faulty language. You try to understand. I am not so good in English. So I try my best to express it, but you must excuse me. But you are all wise, learned Vaishnavas, you can understand. And Maharaj, please help me. I am helpless. Please help me. Then also you'll find it. First canto of Bhagavatam. Shivaya lokasya bhavaya bhutaye jangutama shloko parayana jana jivanti natmartho masum parasrayam mumocha nirvidyo kuto kalivaram. Do you understand what Bhagavad says? Release it, release it. It's question of releasement. Nectar. Nigama kalpatar galitam phalam. Isn't Maharaj? Nigama kalpatar galitam phalam. Bhagavata is the most ripe and sweetest nectarian juicy fruit of Vedic tree. But it says, Shivaya lokasya bhavaya bhutoye jangutama shloko parayana jana jivanti natmarthamasau parasrayam mumoto nirvidyo kutam. Those who have completely dedicated themselves unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, do you understand? They don't do anything. Oh, what you say? Pleasure, own enjoyment. Do you understand? They don't do anything for their own pleasure, own enjoyment. They have dedicated their life to do good to others, to all the living entities, for the to do, what is that? Do good to others, to do what, to show mercy to others, to all living entities. They are unhappy. How they will become happy? Do you understand? Their life is dedicated. That is the complete dedication unto the lotus feet of Krishna. They never do anything for their own pleasure and own enjoyment, own good. Do you understand? They don't do anything. They are really completely dedicated persons. So, Prahlad Maharaj said this thing. Prayena deva munaya so vimukti kama maunam charanti vijane no pararthanistha. Do you understand? No pararthanistha. My Guru Maharaj translates this thing. No pararthanistha. They are not interested in working for others by giving them the benefit of the Krishna consciousness movement. My life is Krishna consciousness. They are not interested in it. They are only interested in their own self. Let me be delivered. They are not thinking of the deliverance of the others. They are so selfish. Do you understand? They are so selfish. But Prahlad Maharaj says, I should not be so selfish. I don't want to be liberated. Leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals, they have been suffering. Unless they are delivered, I want to live this material world. So, all these, there are so many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance. They are not thinking of the deliverance of others. So they go to the secluded place, Himalayan cave, or to some solitary. So sadhus come down here to this Dukhalaya. Material world is Dukhalaya, Asaswata. It's a miserable place. They know it. But why do they come here? If you come to this material world, such Dukhalaya, miserable place, you must be affected with it, isn't it? If you go to a muddy place, you must be affected with the mud, isn't it? It's a muddy place. There's so many mud is there. If you go there, some mud must come to you, isn't it? So if you come to this material world, the misery is there. Three modes of material nature is there. The tapas are there. Adhyatmika, adi daivika, adi bhautika. Such a miserable. You come here, you must get something, isn't it? But sadhus come here. Vaishnavas come here because their heart bleeds, seeing the suffering of these living entities. So, when they get such sufferings here, they tolerate it. They tolerate it. Do you understand? They tolerate. Therefore, Mahaprabhu's teaching is Tharoriva Sahisnuna. Trunadapi Sunichina, Trunadapi Sunichina, Tharoriva Sahisnuna, Omanina Manadino, Kirtaniya Sadahari. Then you can do Hari Kirtan, otherwise you cannot do Hari Kirtan. Think yourself much humbler than a blade of grass on the street. And be tolerant as a tree. It's a question of tolerance. Sahisnuna. Those sadhus, Vaishnavas, they tolerate it. They tolerate it. My Guru Maharaj's instruction is that. All Acharya's instruction, cooperate and tolerate. Tolerate and cooperate. Tolerate and cooperate. Isn't it, Maharaj? He has said, especially he has told me in Bhubaneswar many times, Gaur Govind, cooperate, cooperate and tolerate, cooperate and tolerate. Yes, this question of tolerance. This is Vaishnava, this is Sadhu. Voluntarily, mercifully, out of cosmos, down to this Dukhalaya, this miserable place, material world. They are there, all blissful abode of Krishna. Huh? Huh? All blissful, eternally blissful abode of Krishna. Such intimate associates, while they come here to this Dukhalaya, huh? Miserable place. What business? Have they any business here? No business at all. No, they are not at all forced. They are not conditioned souls. Conditioned soul is forced to come here. You understand? He is forced to come here. To, what you say, undergo suffering here as a result of his karmic reactions, prarabdha karma. Do you understand? He is forced. But Vaishnava is not forced. He has no karma bandhana. Do you understand? It's free from it. Why he comes? He comes because heart bleeds. Heart bleeds. He tolerates all these things. Ungrudgingly he tolerates because his heart melts, heart bleeds. He shows mercy over this showers mercy over this suffering souls. They are suffering, have been suffering here, lakhs and lakhs of lives. They are, what you say, they belong to Krishna. Do you understand? Mami Vansa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jiva, living entity, is eternally my part and parcel. Do you understand? Eternal part and parcel. So Jiva belongs to Krishna. Do you understand? Do you understand me? Jiva belongs to Krishna. One who has developed love for Krishna, when he sees the suffering of living entity, some living entity, his heart bleeds. Oh, he belongs to Krishna, is related to Krishna, is Krishna's Jiva, is suffering. Krishna who is my beloved and lover, my beloved. How can I tolerate it? Do you understand? This is Daya, Jiva-daya. Isn't it? You understand? My language, what language? You try to understand me. Krishna will help you. Mahaprabhu will help you. Do you understand? Mahaprabhu will help you. Krishna will help you. This is Daya. This is Daya. And they come here, they also offer prayer to Krishna, to Mahaprabhu. Please, O Mahaprabhu, O Krishna Mahaprabhu, please shower mercy on these ignorant fools and rascals. That Prahlad Maharaj says. They're so fools and rascals. They have completely forgotten you. They cannot understand you. What they are doing, they don't know. What is the outcome? What is the result of their activity? They don't know. Such fools, rascals, please shower your mercy unto them. They offer prayers. Take the example of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, do you understand? Haridas Thakur was persecuted. Pasandis persecuted him so severely, isn't it? 22 bazars. What did they do? They put lashes on him and dragged him. Do you understand? His flesh came out. Do you understand? Whole body was tortured. Those who are onlookers, they shed tears. What are these Pasandis doing? But Haridas Thakur didn't curse them. Do you understand? He didn't curse them. Rather, what he did, he offered prayers. To Supreme Lord, O Jagadishwara, O Gopijana Vallabha. O Jagadishwara, O Gopijana Vallabha. These fools and rascals don't know what they are doing. Please excuse them. Please excuse them. Do you understand? Krishna tolerates everything, but he cannot tolerate the persecution of his devotee. It is very intolerant on his part, isn't it? Sudarsana Chakra. Do you understand Sudarsana Chakra? Huh? The disc that protects the devotee, bhakta, rakshana. Do you understand? Ah. Sudarsana Chakra was rushing when these Parsandis were persecuting Haridas Thakur, such a dear devotee of the Lord. But when Haridas Thakur offers us prayer, oh Jagadishwara, oh Gopijana Vallabha, they don't know, these fools and rascals don't know what they are doing. Please excuse them. So Sudarsana Chakra returned. That they do. They tolerate all these persecutions. They tolerate. Therefore said, tolerate, tolerate, tolerate. Tharori vasaisuna. Be as tolerant as he. Isn't it, Maharaj? These Parsandis will come you. Will come to you. Will abuse you. Will speak ill of you. They will beat you. You have to tolerate it. You have to tolerate it. Isn't it, Maharaj? Haridas Thakur tolerated. Nityananda Prabhu tolerated. Jagai and Madhais. Huh? They threw the broken pieces of their liquor pot. It's hard the head of Nityananda Prabhu. There was profuse bleeding. Still he embraced them. He embraced them and said, chant Hare Krishna. Isn't it? He tolerated. Huh? This tolerance. This is Vaishnava. This is sadhu. This is hard. Because they are false rascals. They don't know what they are doing. They have no consciousness at all. They are devoid of consciousness, devoid of knowledge. If they have knowledge, they are so conscious, they would not have done such thing. Isn't it? Jesus Christ tolerated. Isn't it? And what do they do? Krushavidha. Huh? He also offered such prayer unto Supreme Lord. Please excuse them. This is Vaishnava. This is sadhu. Huh? This is sadhu. Please inculcate. Oh, Gopijana Vallabha. Oh, Jagadisha. Please excuse them. Please inculcate Krishna consciousness unto them. Please inculcate this bhakti rasa unto them. If they'll develop Krishna consciousness, develop bhakti, they won't do this thing. They won't persecute. Do you understand? They are devoid of this thing. Please excuse them. They tolerated and pray for them. This is sadhu. This is Vaishnava. Do you understand? This is really Vairagi. This is really Vairagi. Really detached. He is not Vairagi. So-called Vairagya. What is it? Phalgu Vairagya. Rupa Goswami's language. Hari Sambandhi Vastuna Mumukhyuvo Parityago Vairagyo Phalgu Kathyate. Isn't it, Maharaj? Vairagyo Phalgu Kathyate. It's Phalgu Vairagya. What do you say in English, Phalgu Vairagya? Dry renunciation. Like Phalgu river is there. In Bihar, you'll find Phalgu river. It looks dry, as if no water. You just remove some sand, so much water inside, so much water. But apparently dry. So such Vairagis are there, those who have become disgusted with this material world. So leave this world and go to the Himalayan cave or some solitary place in the forest to do tapasya. Maunan charanti bijane no pararthanishta. That Prahlad Maharaj says. They are selfish. They are selfish. Do you understand? That's not real Vairagya. That's not real detachment. That is Phalgu. That is dry, cheating. Do you understand? Inside so many material desires are there. Apparently as if they are very greatly detached persons, but inside so many, like Phalgu river, so much water inside, but on surface will be dry. That's not real Vairagya. That says. Yes, that's a fact. If someone becomes disgusted with material world, the vairagya, this detachment, he develops. But that is suska vairagya, as Maharaj says, dry vairagya, suska vairagya. But if he doesn't develop prema bhakti, do you understand? Nirmala, Krishna nirmala prema bhakti. Do you understand? If he doesn't develop this pure bhakti, Sudha bhakti, pure prema bhakti unto Krishna, if he never shows daya, kindness and mercy to this suffering living entities, his so-called this vairagya, detachment, is meaningless, useless. Isn't it? What is the meaning in it? Do you understand me? Divyanga Prabhu, you try to understand. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. But many people cannot understand this thing. They are misunderstanding on this matter, this vairagya, detachment. So, becoming selfish, they go to leave this material world, become disgusted with it, go to Himalayan mountainous caves or some solitary places in the forest to do severe sadhana austerities for their own deliverance. They never think of others. Do you understand? But my Guru Maharaj says here, a Vaishnava like Prahlad Maharaj, not interested in such bluff spiritual advancement, rather interested in enlightening people in Krishna consciousness, because that's the only way for them to be happy. Prahlad Maharaj says clearly, Nanyam tada, Nanyam Nayam tadasya saranam brahmato anupasya. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of the lotus feet, one cannot be happy. One wanders within the universe, life after life, but by the grace of a devotee, servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one gave the clue to Krishna consciousness, and then not only become happy in this world, but also return home back to Godhead. Here he says, well, busy, yes, started for this purpose. We do not teach one to meditate on a secluded place just so that one may show that he has become very much advanced and may be proud of his so-called transcendental meditation, although he engages in also the foolish materialist activity. A Vaishnava like Prahlad Maharaj is not interested in such stuff. He comes to the busiest part of the world, busiest part, like Western world, where people are so much engrossed in materialistic activities and sense enjoyment. Do you understand? Gross materialist. He comes here. He comes here, takes such trouble. He tolerates all this, comes here to inculcate consciousness into this. His heart bleeds. And he doesn't say, oh, this is Maya, this is Maya, this is Maya, this is Maya. Neti, 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 neti. Not this, not this, not this, not this. Like removing the skin of an onion. Do you understand? Removing the skin of an onion. One after another, removing. Then what will be there? Nothing. Neti, this is Maya, this is Maya, this is Maya, this is Maya, this is Maya. Yes, it's material world is illusory world. Everything is illusory, everything is Maya here. But if you go becoming disgusted to this material world, if you go to this solitary place on the Himalayan mountain cave, so is it not Maya? Is Maya is not there? Is not an illusory world, part of the illusory world? So, Krishna samandhi vastuna, mumukhiva parityago, vairagyam, halgu kathate. And not developed to Krishna consciousness. Everything is related to Krishna. This is related to Krishna, this is related to Krishna, this is related to Palace building is related to Krishna, the busiest place also related to Krishna. How can you live? Maya, saying Maya is Maharaj. How can you leave it? Saying it is Maya. Can't understand me? This is just part. This palatial building. I will go to forest, become naked, only one coffin. This is all Maya. What sort of this? What sort of vairagya? He doesn't know what is the real vairagya, the purport of a vairagya tattva. Do you understand? He doesn't know. Do you understand? Vaishnava knows, sadhu knows. He never lives. No bhoga, no tyaga. Do you understand? He is never interested in material enjoyment, neither in material enjoyment, nor interested in so-called detachment vairagya. Bhoga tyago, tyago, tyago. Do you understand, Maharaj? Bhoga tyago, tyago, tyago. Huh? He has given up this material enjoyment. At the same time, he has also given up this pride that I am such a great renunciate. Do you understand me? I am such a great renunciate. I have renounced everything. My home, my family, my country, everything I have renounced. It's tyago. Do you understand? And he has developed such pride and such a great renunciate. He is not really renunciate. Pride is demoniac quality. Dambhadarpa bhimanascha. Isn't it, Maharaj? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Ami se Vaishnava e buddhi hoile, amani no hobo ami, pratishtha sasi hrudaya dusiva hoiva niraya gami. I am great Vaishnava. I am great Tyagi, great renunciate. Don't you know it? Divyangadas, who am I? I am great renunciate, a great Vaishnava, a great sadhu. You see? If this thing enters into your head, you cannot become a Vaishnava. Amani no habami. Then you demand respect. You never command respect, isn't it? Amani manada. Don't demand respect. Pay respect to one and all. That's Mahaprabhu's teaching. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, if someone develops such thing, he says, Amani no habami. I cannot pay respect to one and all. Rather, I will demand respect. Pratishtha sasi hrudaya dusiva hoiva nirayogani. Then I'll run after this name, fame, prestige, adoration. Isn't it? Pratishtha. My heart will be polluted. It cannot be purified and cleansed of this material thought. I'll go to hell. Do you understand? This is the so-called renunciates. They are very proud of their renunciation. They don't know what is the real purpose of renunciation, vairagya. Do you understand? That is what stated here. They are never Vaishnavas at all. They never think of others' deliverance. So, the Sarvabhute Daya, to show mercy to all living entities, is real Daya. That is the symptom of Bhakta and Bhakti. Do you understand? And why? Why a sadhu like Prahlad Maharaj, Haridas Thakur, show such mercy? Why do they show such mercy to all these living entities? Why? Why? Because they love them. Prahlad Maharaj says, I love them. Previous verse, Prahlad Maharaj says, I am simply concerned with love for them. Isn't it? The fools and rascals. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. What is love? Because he has developed love, pure love for Krishna. It's Krishna's. They are related to Krishna. Do you understand? Related to Krishna. He sees only one relationship. Do you understand? What is that relationship? Krishna Sambandha. relationship with Krishna. Everything is related to Krishna. Krishna is the mukhya sambandha, the chief relationship, and everything is related, every body is related, every living entity is related to Krishna. Krishna is there in the heart of every living entity as Paramatma. He sees that Paramatma. He has developed such vision. He has developed equal vision. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavi hastini suni chaiva sopakecha pandita samadarshina. Isn't Maharaj? Gita says he has developed equal vision. He never sees the outward bodies. He sees a Brahman, he sees a Chandal, he sees an elephant, he sees a cow, he sees a dog. But never sees his outer bodies. He sees Paramatma. How Paramatma is there? In a Chandal, in a Brahman's body, Chandal's body, dog's body, elephant's body, isn't it? So he has developed equal vision. So he loves one and all. Every living entity. Because they are all related to Krishna. Do you understand? As I have my eternal loving relationship with Krishna, they have also. They are also related to Krishna. So Krishna prema, this love of Krishna, is the nature of real sadhu, Vaishnava, who is completely surrendered soul. So he loves this all living entities like his own brother, isn't it? As I am related to Krishna, as I am his soul, he is also soul. He is also soul. He is also related to Krishna. He is like my brother. You understand? He is my brother. Krishna. One who develops love for Krishna, only he can love all the living entities. Otherwise, there is no question of love at all. Because he'll see the outer bodies, he cannot see the soul and super soul inside. How can he love them? Do you understand? But Sadhu sees, Vaishnava sees, Prahlad Maharaj sees. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't want liberation. I don't want liberation. As for me, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside these poor fools and rascals. They are suffering. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. So I want to inculcate Krishna consciousness into all living entities to deliver one and all. Let them be all happy. Let their unhappiness, their distress, their suffering be finished, destroyed for good. As Vasudev Datta said, please, O Mahaprabhu, please deliver them all the living entities. And let all the sinful reactions of all the living entities come to me. Let me stay here and suffer. This is the heart of Vaishnava, isn't it? This is the heart of Vaishnava. That is Prahlad. That is Vasudev Datta, he says. Because he loves Krishna. Therefore he loves everything, all living entities that are related to Krishna. This is real love. This is daya. Sarva bhute daya. This is daya. This is the real nature of a sadhu. And that is the real nature who is real vairagi. Sadhu is real vairagi, renunciate. Renunciate. So he comes here out of mercy and imparts this tattva jnana, that is to inculcate Krishna consciousness unto this forgetful living entities, especially human beings. Of course, Mahaprabhu, Sriman Mahaprabhu will inculcate Krishna consciousness unto tigers, deers, lions, snakes, bears, while he was passing through Jharikhanda, Aranya, jungle, he made them chant Hare Krishna and dance, isn't it? That Mahaprabhu can do. He is supremely powerful. Do you understand? But a sadhu comes, Gaura Priyajana, who is very dear to Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he comes here. He is concerned with these fools and rascals, poor fools and rascals. Do you understand? Those are making so many plans here, elaborate plans for material happiness, maintaining the family, society. I'm simply concerned with love for them. He comes here to the busiest part, this Western world, where there are gross materials are there, do you understand? And they inculcates Krishna consciousness unto them. That is the real daya, mercy. Because thereby they'll be happy. They'll be happy. Their suffering will be done away with forever, for good. That he says. Because they are my brothers. They are brothers. As I am so, he is so. I'm related to Krishna. He is related to Krishna. He loves them. This is the question of love. Unless you develop Krishna prem, you cannot love anybody. You cannot love anybody. Do you understand? So he is not selfish. He is always thinking of the welfare of all the living entities. Without this, your so-called Bhagavad Upasana, you may be worshipping the deities, worshipping Lord. Do you understand? But you are not showing mercy. You are not thinking of the welfare of all living entities. Then your so-called worship, Bhagavad Upasana, is incomplete. Is incomplete. Is it complete? If you can't see the Lord in all living entities, isn't Maharaj? Is it incomplete? Sabhakta Prakruta Smuta, which is a neophyte. He says, oh, God is here in this deity. He is not there. Sabhakta Prakruta Smuta. So his Bhagavad Upasana is incomplete. It's not complete. Do you understand? But Sadhu, he comes here and teaches here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, oh Vaishnavas, oh Sadhu Samar, oh Sadhus, you please think of this matter very deeply and seriously. Do you understand? If you want, think of their welfare, that means the welfare of all these living entities who have been suffering here, lakhs and lakhs of lives. If you want our mercy on them, how can they be delivered? How can they be relieved of their sufferings? Oh Sadhu Samaj. Do you understand? Then what sort of vairagya you have developed? Do you understand me? If you are not thinking of the welfare of suffering living entities, but you are saying, I am a great renunciate, I have renounced the world, I have renounced everything. What sort of renunciation it is? Do you understand me? Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, do you understand? A pagal, one who is a pagal, one is a madman. He thinks others mad. Those who are not mad, those who are in real consciousness, a madman thinks they are mad, they are crazy people. This materialistic person, they are crazy. They think, oh, they have given up all these things, they're chanting Hare Krishna, dancing. Oh, they are crazy people. They are crazy people. Do you understand? The one who was addicted to drinking liquor. Do you understand? Madhyapa. Do you understand? He thinks to himself, oh, I am Indra. I am Indra. But one is not drinking, he says, he is a police. He is a police people person. He's not drinking, I'm not becoming Indra. I am Indra now. Do you understand? He says, unfortunate person. The Byangadas is an unfortunate person. He's not drinking liquor. He said like that. Hatavaga. Do you understand? So, these people, materialistic persons, think the so-called Vaishnavas, sadhus, sadhus, Vaishnavas, those who have given up their, material attachment and developed only attachment towards lotus feet of Krishna and are engaged in his loving service under the guidance of bona fide Guru, wandering throughout the world, inculcating, teaching, imparting this science of Krishna consciousness, imparting this tattva gyan. These people think them as pagal, crazy people. Do you understand? Pagal, crazy people. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, oh sadhus, you I say that thing, Haridas Thakur, the example of Haridas Thakur. Jagai and Madhai threw that broken pieces of their liquor pot, which hurt the head of Nityananda Prabhu. There's profuse bleeding. Still, Nityananda Prabhu was so compassionate. He embraced them. He showered mercy into them. And Haridas Thakur also like that. They tolerated everything. They showered their mercy on such rascals and fools. They inculcated Krishna consciousness unto them. This is Vaishnava. Oh, Vaishnava. Unless you shower your mercy, show your mercy on these rascals and fools who are completely forgetful of Krishna. You are in such low type of consciousness, like animalistic animal consciousness. Who will shower mercy on them? How this Krishna consciousness will be inculcated unto them? How they will be delivered? How the distress will be gone forever? How they will be happy? How their suffering will be ended? How they will be relieved of their suffering? Unless you shower mercy to them. So, if they come to beat you, tolerate it. If they speak ill of you, tolerate it. Tolerate it. Do you understand? As an affectionate father, merciful father, tolerates the kicking of his son, child. Do you understand? If there is a big boil on some part of the body, and it requires that this part of the body should be cut off. Do you understand? Then that will be good for him. So the father calls the doctor to cut off this part of the body. Otherwise, the whole body will be affected. Then that ignorant child kicks his father, calls ill of his father, but father tolerates it. But he knows this is good. Do you understand? Similarly, you sadhus, you Vaishnavas, you servants, dear servants of Krishna, you should tolerate all these things. The persecution of the pasandis, persecution of these fools and rascals, if they abuse you, if they call ill of you, if they come to beat you, please tolerate it. And shower mercy unto them. Inculcate this Krishna consciousness unto them. And that is a real welfare activity. That's real good for them. They will be happy, and when they will be Krishna conscious, they can understand, oh, what we had done. They will at that time regret. Say, alas, they will regret for their activity. But now they don't know what they are doing because they are devoid of Krishna consciousness. Do you understand? This is what needed. So this is real sadhu and Vaishnava who always thinks of the welfare of others. He is not selfish. He never leaves this world. Rather, he comes to this busiest part of the world to shower mercy unto this suffering living entities and to inculcate Krishna consciousness unto them. He tolerates everything, all persecutions, ungrudgingly. Thank you. Any question? Yeah.
Mentioning that Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta said, all we need is Srimad Bhagavatam Bhagavad Gita. And elsewhere, Srila Prabhupada said, why not read all the writings of the Acharyas? Because someone asked, can we read what Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Thakur wrote? So, should we try to read all of the Vaishnava literatures that ever get translated, or just be satisfied with a couple of books?
What is it?
There's so many. You mentioned that if only Bhagavatam is there, that's not fun. Does it mean that we shouldn't read so many other books that are being translated?
If you can only understand Bhagavata properly with tattva, do you understand? Because it's the essence of all Vedas, Upanishads, everything it contains, everything it contains. If you can understand Bhagavata, really, in tattva, then you acquire all Vedic knowledge. Nothing is left out. Nothing is left out. It's all concerned. It's all related. Do you understand? Do you understand? Yes. What is said in Bhagavatam, that is the essence of all Vedas and Upanishads. Jai Sutra, Jai Rup Vishaya Vachana, Bhagavate Sai Rup Shloka Nibandha. Do you understand? The Vedanta Sutra, Brahma Sutra. The verses in Bhagavatam are composed in that way. Do you understand? What is there? It is here. Do you understand? You have very short span of life, Kali Yuga, isn't it? Veda, unlimited, unlimited. So many, so vast. You have no span, lifetime to read all these things. Do you understand? How many hours, how many years have already gone? You see, wasted, isn't it? Out of 24 hours, are you taking note of it? How many hours you spend in sleeping? How many hours you spend in eating? How many hours you spend in passing stool, urine? So many taking care of your body. How many hours you spend in earning money for your family maintenance? Isn't Maharaj? Out of 24 hours. And how many hours you are thinking of Krishna? Are you keeping an account of it? Do you understand? So, such span of life, what will you do? That's what it said. Bhagavata is everything. It contains everything. It's the essence of all Vedic literature. If you really understand Bhagavata, really understand Bhagavata, if you really develop bhakti, bhakti abhagatam grajyam, you really develop Krishna bhakti, Sudha bhakti, pure bhakti, then and take shelter of such bhakta Bhagavata, embodiment of Bhagavata, and study and hear Bhagavata from him by his mercy. If you can understand, all Vedic knowledge will manifest before you. All Vedic knowledge will manifest before you. Do you understand? As for example, Dhruva. Dhruva, Maharaj was a 5-year-old boy. 5-year-old boy. He has not gone to any school. He has not got any education. Do you understand? When Lord Vishnu appeared, he could understand, oh, he's Lord Vishnu, whom I am meditating. My Guru Maharaj, Narada Muni has said, this is the form of Vishnu. Like this, he looks like this. So he paid obeisances. He wanted to offer some prayers, but he don't know how to offer prayer. Lord Vishnu could understand that thing. Dhruva wants to offer prayer, but don't know, so he touched his conch shell on his forehead. Immediately all Vedic knowledge manifest. He opened his mouth and offered so many prayers. That is in Bhagavatam. All Vedic truths. Eloquence. He became eloquent speaker on Veda. Mukham karoti vasaram pangulanghaitagiri jatkripaastamam vande Sri Guru Dinotarine Paramananda Mahadava. If you can get the mercy of Grantha Bhagavata and Bhakta Bhagavata, you'll be an eloquent speaker on Veda. All Vedic knowledge will manifest. Do you understand me? You study it. Understand Bhagavata. Do you understand? Go and approach a Bhakta Bhagavata. Take shelter at his lotus feet. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Isn't it, Maharaj? Just, Jasya deve parabhakti jatha deve tatha guru. Isn't it? Tasaite kathidayasta prakasante mahatmana. One was developed, this parabhakti, supreme bhakti, towards Krishna, the same bhakti towards Guru. The all Vedic purpose, knowledge, tattva manifest. He understands. Do you understand? Huh? So, and Bhagavata gives such bhakti. Huh? Jasyang Vaishriyamana Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpade Punsaso Kamoho Bhayapaha. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Jad Vaishnavanam Priyam Jasmin Paramahansyam Ekamalam Jnanam Parum Yote Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Saitam Naiskarmya Maviskutam Tatsunan Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuche Nara. Why it says Vaishnavanam Priya Bhagavata is very dear for Vaishnavas. Contents everything. Do you understand? Huh? Bharatartha Vinna, Gayatri Bhasya, Vedartha Tatparya, Bharata Tatparya, everything is there. Do you understand me? Automatically, if you get such mercy, automatically all this will be revealed to you. Do you understand me? Yes. And if Krishna so wants, if a pure devotee so wants, one who takes complete shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, that is a place where there is no fear, no lamentation, no death. Ashok abhaya amrutera sthala tomara charan daya. Tahate ekhana visram labya charinu bhavera bhaya. Do you understand? Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, oh Lord, your lotus feet is such a place where there is no fear, no lamentation, no death. Do you understand? No death. Now, I take shelter at your such lotus feet. So, if a pure devotee of Krishna so wills, so you'll get so long lifespan. So, you then read, study, the vast Vedic literature. That's all right. Study it. Study Bhagavad. Hear Bhagavad. You understand? And understand it. It's tattva very clearly. You understand? Develop that pure bhakti. Then automatically, all Vedic knowledge you can acquire. Do you understand? Yes. And if Krishna wants, yes. If he chooses you, picks you up, yes. It's such a dear devotee of mine. Through him, this work will be done. So he can make it so. Isn't it? He can make it. He can utilize you in such a way. Yes. He can do such work. So all Vedic literatures, he'll read, he'll translate, he'll speak, he'll preach. He can do. Through you, if he wants. You cannot do by your own effort. Can you? Isn't Maharaj? It's Krishna's will. Do you understand me? It's Krishna's will. Yes. The Goswamis, do you understand, like Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sar Goswami, Nana Shastraika Vicharanika Nipunau, isn't it? Nana Shastrai Vicharanika Nipunau. They are very expert in giving this, what do you say, Shastra, Siddhanta. They are very expert in all the Shastras. They know how it is. By the mercy of Mahaprabhu, by mercy of Krishna, that all Shastra Tattvas are appeared. Do you understand? Nipunam, very expert. You find that, you see their books. They have quoted. They have quoted from so many Puranas, so many Upanishads, so many Vedic literature. How do they know? Mercy. Do you understand me? Yes. Nana Shastraika Vicharanika Nipunau. So expert they are, isn't it? Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Mahaprabhu personally empowered them. Empowered. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, isn't it? So they wrote so many Vedic literatures, isn't Maharaj? It's because Mahaprabhu empowered them. It's Mahaprabhu's mercy. If he empowers you, you can do it. Isn't Maharaj? That is mercy. It's a question of mercy. Do you understand? But that is also there. नाना शास्त्र कलाभ्यास ना करिवे, नाना विद्याभ्यास ना करिवे. Mahaprabhu has given that caution. To show off your learning, to show off your vidvatta. What you say in English, vidvatta, learning? Panditya, learning, scholarship. If you practice, read so many scriptures and put it, thereby you develop pride like Kesava Kashmiri. It challenges. Do you understand? Oh, I am such great Pandit. Come forward, let us debate. Do you understand? He was defeating, challenging. Mahaprabhu crushed his pride. Janmaishwarja Sruta. Srivir, Edhamana Modopaman, Naiva Rotya Vidhatu Vaito Okinchan Gocharam. One cannot become sober, humble. He becomes puffed up, proud. Therefore Mahaprabhu said, don't read so many granthas. And you only read Srimad Bhagavatam. Know its purport, it contains everything. All the Upanishads, all the Puranas, all the Vedas. Do you understand? Automatically, all Vedic knowledge will manifest before you. Do you understand? If one acquires all the reads so many scriptures, Puranas, Itihasas, and acquires so much knowledge, becomes puffed up, proud. He cannot develop this parabhakti. You'll never become humbler. Trunad Vishniji, do you understand? You'll develop demoniac qualities. Janma Isuja Sruta. That Kunti Devi's prayer is there. Yadhaman mother develops pride. Bahugrantha kalabhyasa na karibe. Mahaprabhu has said that thing. Bahugrantha kalabhyasa na karibe. Don't do. Reading so many granthas, scriptures, and practicing all this and putting forward that thing. One such Pandit once came to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and demanded, you please issue me a certificate. Right? You are defeated, I come out victorious. Otherwise, let us come and debate. Like case of Kashmir. But they are so humble. Yes, we are issuing certificate. Yes, we are defeated, you are victorious, you are very learned, great scholar, you know many shastra. We don't know, we are ignorant fools. What is this? Do you understand? Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, ba. Hari, Hari, Hari.
I'll ask the question first. Explain what the mentality behind it was. He said, when Srila Prabhupada, I left my best men in charge. Did he mean managerially or spiritually? The reason why he's asking this, he's thinking that there are many advanced devotees that, maybe like yourself and others who were not put in big position at the time. And then Prabhupada put these other devotees and they've fallen. So he's saying, when Prabhupada said that they were his best men in charge, did he mean managerially, materially, or spiritually?
Managers.
So managerially.
Who is in spiritual strong, he will never fall down. At any circumstances.
But some were still around now, so they were spiritually strong, but some weren't. So it was material cultivation.
Materially. They are very expert workers. Karma dakhyata bhakti noy. Do you understand?
Yes.
Karma dakhyata bhakti noy. One is very expert in working, managing things, working. Do you understand?
Yes.
Great expert worker. That's not bhakti. You understand? Bhakta is very sober, you see. Pranadapi sunija. As I say, they immediately issued certificate. Yes, we admit defeat, you are victorious. You are great. Rupa Goswami Samatrus. Great devotees. You understand? Great scholars. Nana Sastrika Vicharanika Nipunam. So expert in putting forth many shastras, conclusion Siddhanta. They said, no, we are ignorant fools. We admit defeat. We write an S, is great scholar, great pandit, great orator, everything great. We admit defeat. He is victorious. Let's take this certificate and go. You understand?
Yes. So give me statement.
We don't want all these things. Good position, great. Position, manager are great. Guru, Acharya, such worshiping. We don't. Oh yes, lowest of the low, most degraded. Only beg mercy, comes lighter to life. Let me be engaged in your loving service, O Lord. Janame, Janame, Janatava Nam Gunagai. Life after life, O Lord, let me glorify you best. Do you understand?
Yeah. So devotee, if he's capable and Krishna wills, then Krishna gives him, but devotee never aspires.
No, never aspires for it. Never aspires. Never aspires. As Krishna wants, let him utilize me. I don't want anything else. I am just a humble servant of his humble servant. So serve him, let us give him pleasure best.
If Prabhupada is all knowing, Prabhupada who could see the heart of the disciple.
Prabhupada knows he wants this thing, so he gave him this thing. Can't understand this thing. He knows he has this desire in him. So all right, get it. Take.
But Prabhupada knew that it would fall down.
Prabhupada doesn't want that his disciples should fall down. That is very painful to him. Prabhupada, they don't deserve, you see. Prabhupada but gave them. Thereby, Prabhupada gave them an opportunity to elevate themselves and to be worthy of the post they are given. Let them qualify themselves. Make them worthy of the post they have been given. They are not worthy at all. They are not qualified at all, but Prabhupada gave them. Thereby, he gave them opportunity to become qualified. In our Oriya language, I don't know how to play mridang. Someone puts mridang on my shoulder, so I must learn how to play it. Now it is on my shoulder. Like that. Do you understand me? Yes. But they become so puffed up. Oh, we are so great. Great gurus, great acharyas, great managers, great person. Fall down. Pride comes before falling. That's right. Demoniac nature. They are never humble. They become so puffed up.
So Prabhupada knew the possibility was able to give them a chance in living if he has independence.
Yes. They want this thing. Prabhupada knows this thing. These people want this thing. So Prabhupada gave them light. Take.
Why didn't Prabhupada designate some of his other advanced devotees and they always get them low? Why is that?
They don't want it. Why Prabhupada give? They don't want it.
But then Krishna reveals time changes and Krishna.
Yes, no, proper time will come. Then Krishna will utilize them. Mahaprabhu will utilize them, not now.
According to his desire, not the devotee's desire.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wrote letter for me, letter. That letter is still. Oh, in Bhubaneswar, this nice center will be opened, a nice temple will be constructed, center opened under your leadership. In my letter I wrote, Prabhupada, I don't want to be head, I want to be tail. I wrote this. I want to be tail. I don't want to be head.
You know what Prabhupada said?
No, this is a letter.
What did he respond?
He didn't say anything. He remained silent. But repeatedly said 3 times, under your leadership, on your leadership, under your leadership, 3 times. But I said, Prabhupada, I don't want to be head, I want to be tail. Do you understand?
So devotees should aspire just to be a good servant.
Yes, yes.
Not guru.
No. Sada Sishyataki. I am your disciple. Please, let's hold my ear and slap. I am eternally your disciple. I don't want to occupy the seat of Guru. I am tail, not head. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. I wrote in this way. The copy of the letter is there. No, I have my copy.
I'd like to see them.
Why you see all these things?
Dealt with Prabhupada in the right mood and like he felt that mood to deal with you.
Somewhere maybe they are in Bhubaneswar.
Maybe I can point.
Somewhere there.
It would actually help us, I think, if we could just understand the mood and how to approach the spiritual master. Because then I can read Prabhupada's response and understand.
Go. Chalo. So he took that glass, kept it. My name was written there. And Australian devotees, this my Pandit, and gave this glass. He had purchased some new set of plate, curry, plate, cup, glass. He has kept it for me. When I'll go there, I'll take prasad.
We shall do something next time.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So he kept that glass and gave this glass to me, something smaller. I said, yes, I'll keep it. Keep it at my
So he's keeping it for when you come to friends.
No, he took that glass, gave me this glass. But the plate, everything is keeping. When I go there, use it. Also, he carried that. And now, one set is there in London also. London devotee, they have purchased. In London, one set. France, there is one set. Australia also, they have the one set. Here we are taking paper plate. That's good. What is that? Use and throw. Use and throw. So that glass one, I think of that Vrindavan Bihari.
He's doing well now.
He's doing well now.
Very nice.
Yeah. He moved with us as you are now moving. He, his wife, 2 daughters, twin daughters. With his car, he moved with us.
How many days?
Even he went to England with car. Yes, crossing English Channel. You see. He went to Belgium. Do you understand?
You went in the car from England or you flew?
I flew, but he went with his cars, with his car, family. He went to England, he went to Belgium, he went to probably France, he traveled with us, with his car. We traveled with his car, Puskarak's car. He went, and he even went to England, you see.
The proper utilization of family.
Yeah.
That's what you have to appreciate.
So when I was in Italy, so one invitation came. Berlin president to Italy. He said, please come to Germany. But I said, no, this time. I have no time. All my program is fixed accordingly. ticket is good, I cannot alter it. I'll go back because this is the master bash for that. So next trip I am making for America. So you send invitation and sponsorship to Bhubaneswar. So I'll grant visa from there. Then I'll come from Germany. First I'll come to Germany. Then from Germany I'll fly to America. But anyhow, I couldn't get their invitation or sponsorship till I left. So he was saying, if you come to Germany, I will go to Germany also. Nana Bihari said, please let me know when you are coming to Germany. So I also go with my car, family. You see, he was saying like that. But we couldn't go. I couldn't get invitation sponsorship.
Nobody wrote.
I told that thing to that lady, wife of that President Berlin Center. Well, why then? They might have reached after I leave, or what is that? I don't know anything. Finished is not Christmas. Well, my full sanctioning was not there, so I couldn't go back here. I went to London. They wanted me to come to London. So I have London visa after 1992, March. So I went to London, spent 3 days there. Then I came here.
This devotee downstairs, Chataratma, he's just offering me to match the arrangement in Dallas. He's offering if I stayed here, he'd match it.
Yes.
We have to think about it.
Mm.
And then Shashaswini could cook in the restaurant. He was suggesting if we want to stay here.
Mm.
Anyway, we'll think,
Well, think of that's all right.
consider everything.
Yeah.
And what's Krishna want?
All right.